Good morning all of you. We are doing chapter number 2, work, energy and power. We have completed exercise number 2A, 2B and 2C, and we have read about work, energy and energy sources of energy, production of electricity, renewable sources, non-renewable sources. This we have read and we have completed till exercise number 2C. Today we will start from 2D, conservation of energy and energy degradation. So conservation, what is conservation? Conservation means we have to conserve something. That means we have to save the energy. It is meant at conservation of energy. So there is a law for that. What is that law? According to the law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can it be destroyed? It only changes from one form to another form. That means we know that we can't make energy, we cannot form any type of energy, we cannot create any energy, and we cannot destroy any energy. We can only change its form from one form to another form. Okay, some of the various kinds of energy in the universe remains constant when there is a transformation of energy from one form to another. Suppose that we are using electricity at our home. So we are using in a fan. The electricity rotates the blade of the fan and we are getting the air. The energy, that electrical energy, is transformed into mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is transformed into wind energy, which we are getting. We are only transforming the form of that energy. We are not destroying, we are only transforming. When we switch on the light, we are transforming that electrical energy into light energy. Okay, we are not destroying, but we cannot transfer that light energy into electrical energy again at our home only, and we cannot transfer that wind energy into mechanical energy and that mechanical energy into electrical energy at our home. It can be possible somewhere else. We are only transforming, we are only using that, and we are paying for that as an electricity bill. Now theoretical verification of the K plus U constant for freely falling body. Suppose that we have already studied that potential energy has the capacity to fall. When a stone falls from a height, it falls on the ground. Why? Because of the gravitational pull. So let a body of mass m be falling freely under gravity from the height h above the ground, that is from the position A to the position C. Okay, at B when it falls through the distance and at C. Okay, now at the position A at height h above the ground, initial velocity is 0, that doesn't have any speed, and kinetic energy also 0, potential energy U equals to also 0. Hence total energy K plus U is equals to 0 plus mgh equals to mgh. Okay, now at position B, when it has fallen a distance x, here at position B it has traveled a distance x. Okay, let v1 be the velocity acquired by the body at B after falling through a distance x. Then U equals to 0. What is U? U is the final velocity. U is the initial velocity. U is the initial velocity. S is equals to x, that means the distance is equals to x, and A acceleration is equals to z. G means because gravitational pull. So therefore kinetic energy equals to K equals to half mv square. So V is the V1 square, therefore half m equals to 2gx is equals to mgx. Now at B, height of the body above the ground is equals to h minus x. From here we will take another example. Height of the body h minus x, because it has already traveled a distance x from here till here. Now potential energy U equals to mg h minus x, hence total energy equals to k plus u is equals to mgx plus mg h minus x equals to mgh at the position C on the ground. Now at this position, let the velocity acquired by the body on reaching the ground be v, then u equals to 0, s equals to h and a equals to g. From equation v square equals to u square plus 2as, v square equals to 0. We have taken this as a 0 and 2as, s means here gh, 2gh, as, a means g, s means h. So v is equals to 2gh. Kinetic energy k equals to half mv square, so half m, and we have got v equals to this, so mgh, and potential energy u equals to 0 at the ground when h equals to 0, hence the total energy k plus u equals to mgh plus 0 equals to mgh. This is the potential energy formula we have got from these equations. Now application of law of conservation of energy to a simple pendulum. We have to see this figure. It is a simple pendulum suspended from a rigid support. This one is a rigid support. Okay, O is marked over here. It is resting position at A. This is the resting position A. When it displaces to one side and then released, it swings from one side to the other side, from one side to the other side, neglecting friction between the bob and the surrounding air. The motion of pendulum can easily be explained by applying the law of conservation of energy as follows. How? You have to read this explanation how it works. Now energy degradation. What is energy degradation? According to the law of conservation of energy, the total energy of the universe will remain constant. When energy is required for certain purpose, we transfer energy from the given form of the desired form. So the gradual decrease of the useful energy due to radiation loss, friction, etc. is called the degradation of energy. For example, let us take an example, after that we will understand. When we light a bulb using electricity, less than 25% of the electric energy converts into the light energy. The remaining part of the energy changes into the heat in the filament and the other invisible radiations. This energy is ultimately imparted to the atmosphere in the form of vibrational kinetic energy of the air molecules. The energy in this form is not useful to us. Suppose that when we are lighting a bulb, we get light, but the bulb also gets heated. When we touch it, it would be heated. We feel hot. Why? Because some of the energy, electrical energy, has transferred into heat energy, and some of the energy, electrical energy, has transferred into radiational energy, which we are not able to see. Similarly in fans also, similarly in cooking food also, everywhere we are getting that we are not using the 100% of that energy. So we are not using 100% of that energy. Okay, so we have completed this chapter. You will do these exercises at your home and complete it. Next day we will start another chapter. So thank you and have a nice